Hi chat. Let's play Curse of the Moon, because it's spooky season. It's time to get spooky. Alright. If you're the one concurrent viewer, please tell me if you can hear me okay. Oh, this is an older save file. Whoops. Hang on. I was playing the game before this. Okay, thank you. Let me start on a fresh save. But yeah, I streamed this game a couple days ago, but I did that more as a practice stream because it's been a few months since I streamed, and I feel like when I did that, my commentary wasn't great. But that's okay, because this is like the same thing, I'm just doing it again. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, for the couple people who are going to watch the VOD, I think actually a couple people is probably a gross overestimation, but for anyone watching the VOD, Sek Isles is a member of Yatagarasu, and we'll be putting out a video soon, I think. There's something recorded already, I believe. So, I hope it's not too late to start promoting that. Or too early, I mean. Anyway, we're playing Bloodstained. This game is like Castlevania because it's made by the same person who made the older Castlevania games. There's multiple games in this series. There's Curse of the Moon and there's Curse of the Moon 2, which is like this one, and then there's Ritual of the Night, which was like the actual game that was being made. And that one's like more like the later Igavanias, the Metroidvanias. And this was like a Kickstarter bonus, I believe. And then Curse of the Moon 2 was just because like they wanted to make a sequel to this one. But this was originally just a Kickstarter game. Or Kickstarter bonus. And there is a new like sequel to Ritual of the Night specifically coming out. I haven't played Ritual of the Night though, and I haven't played Curse of the Moon 2 either. This is the only one I've played, and I haven't finished it. We're gonna finish it, hopefully maybe on stream today. If not, I'll like play half of it and half of it tomorrow. I think it requires 2 playthroughs anyway, because I think you need to like unlock a separate mode to get the final like true level. So, yeah. Maybe I'll stream both of the Curse of the Moon games before Halloween. We'll see what happens. But yeah, this game is very fun. I like it. I wouldn't call this a particularly lesser known indie title, because it's published by Inti Creates, who are like the 2D action platformers developer, and it's made by Igarashi. I think most Castlevania fans have like pretty much adopted Bloodstained as like their new Castlevania, since we haven't gotten an official Castlevania in a very long time. So like, if we ever do, this is kind of like this is like Castlevania for Castlevania fans, I guess. But yeah, I want to stream more indie titles as well on this channel, and then maybe like talk about them on the other one later on if feel like there's something in particular that I think is worth highlighting. But we're gonna start with this one because it's Halloween and I wanted to play something spooky for Halloween. I think indie titles are also like easier to stream because typically I don't think they're as intense, and I'm not too experienced with streaming, so I think that playing indie titles would probably be helpful. Getting used to that. I can just kind of talk while I play a game. I don't have to focus too much on the game. That's why I stopped streaming Metaphor. I like JRPGs a lot, and Metaphor was a really, really good JRPG. As a fan of Atlas games, I liked it quite a bit. But I felt like it was too much to stream. I had to read dialogue. I had to like pay attention to the game. The game was like more complicated than just a platformer. Just playing a platformer, so I kind of gave up on streaming it. I haven't finished it on my own either, but you know, when I have time to sit down and like get through the rest of the game, I definitely will. It's a great game, but I think for like at least the first year of streaming, which I do hope to do more consistently, I have a lot more time now. I'll have a lot more time next year. I want to get used to streaming with games that are like not too hard to stream. I don't have to focus too much on them, and then afterwards we'll start playing some more of my favorite games that might be harder to stream, like JRPGs. One game I'm looking forward to streaming eventually is Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, because that has a Steam version, and it's pretty good. I really like the remaster of it, actually, because it adds voice acting. And I think that makes it worth repurchasing on Steam or on like the Switch or whatever it is on. If you already have it or if you've never played it before, it's definitely a good version to get. Because the Japanese voice acting in it really elevates the game's story, in my opinion. But I think when we're a few streams in and I feel more comfortable streaming that game, definitely will. It's also probably easier because it is voice acted, so I won't have to read a bunch of dialogue and voice act all these characters. But we've rescued Miriam here. She is a shard binder. She can summon demons, which I don't know if that's like in this game or if that's a wrong series. Ritual of the Night thing. But here, in this game, Miriam is basically like the Simon Belmont, or just like the Belmont equivalent of this game. I'm not going to harp on the similarities too much, because I don't want to keep mentioning Castlevania, because this is technically not a Castlevania game, but she's got her whip. Since it's more like a classic Castlevania game, she can't swing in all directions, but she's got good range. She's got sub-weapons. In my opinion, I think Miriam has the most fun sub-weapons in this game. I particularly like the axe. It works differently than the axe in Castlevania. It's kind of like Byleth in Smash, the way using Frey Kugel with Byleth in Smash Brothers works. So there's a point of reference for people who've never played this game or don't know what I'm talking about. Because the axe in Castlevania works differently. But I don't think they were like ever meant to be the same anyway, so yeah. Miriam's fun to play. Probably my favorite character to play in this game. But yeah, all the characters have their uses. This game's level design, I think, does a pretty good job of requiring you to play as all the characters. So definitely well made in that regard. From what I understand, kind of tapping into the story of this game, from what I understand, the Bloodstained Curse of the Moon series is an alternate timeline to Ritual of the Night. It's not the same continuity. So this Miriam is not the same Miriam as in Ritual of the Night, but I'm sure there's some similarities. So I'm interested in seeing what those similarities are. I don't know if I'll get to Ritual of the Night for this spooky season, but I might play it later this year. Right now I'm trying to play as many Metroidvanias as I can, because if you remember from an older stream that I did, where my good friend Lumacy Cube was in chat, we were talking about Metroidvanias and how I've only played like a handful of Metroid games, and in the past I used to not be super comfortable with them, but now I've been on a quest ever since Silksong got announced for like a release date, to play as many as I can, and then at the end of the year, as many Metroidvanias as I can, and then at the end of the year, I will play Hollow Knight and Silksong back to back, because Hollow Knight is one of those games where I've enjoyed playing it as much as I have, which is not a lot. I think like pretty much every year for the past 5 years, I've had free time, and I'll sit down and say, this will be the time that I play through Hollow Knight, like fully. And I can never do it because I get lost and then I forget to play it, I get distracted with something else, and I can't finish it. But I've enjoyed what I've played of it every time. Here's the accident I was talking about. Every time I've played Hollow Knight, I've enjoyed it. And I really like the vibes and the art style of it. So it's something that I've always wanted to like, oh shoot. It's something I've always wanted to really enjoy. And I think the best way to do that at this point is just play every Metroidvania, so that I like am acquainted with the expectations of the genre, so that when I play Hollow Knight again, I'm like equipped for it. And I've played a lot of them recently. I played all the Metroid games, all the 2D Metroid games. I'm currently working through Prime. I'm trying to get ready for Prime 4. Or Prime Beyond, I think it's called now, officially. But I played all the 2D Metroids. I played Dread recently, which is fantastic. I wasn't expecting the story of the Metroid games to be that good, but that's like a whole different thing. I definitely want to make a video on the other channel when that fully takes off, because I don't even know how common it is, like how common knowledge it is for people to enjoy the story of the Metroid games, but I enjoyed it very much and I want to talk about it. But I played the Metroid games. I played Castlevania Symphony of the Night because I actually had never played a Metroidvania Castlevania game. I'd only played the 2D like hardcore action ones. I played Super Castlevania 4. I played Castlevania 3. And I played a little bit of Rondo of Blood, but I never finished it because I had the. This is how I played Symphony of the Night recently too. It was on the PlayStation Collection. It's like weirdly exclusive to PlayStation. I don't know why, but I guess it's cool that it's there. But I played Symphony of the Night. Lumacy Cube a couple years ago gifted me a Game Boy Advance, and so I have something to play. What's the game called? Aria of Sorrow on. So I will get to Aria of Sorrow soon. Because I've heard that's the other like best Metroidvania Castlevania that people like. I gotta try Plock. Is Plock a Metroidvania? I thought it was just like a regular platformer. I'm sure that we'll have some adventures with Plock on Yatagarasu though. I said, I'm working through Metroid Prime right now. It's a regular platformer, but it's very okay. After the Metroidvania quest is over, I will play Block then. This boss is giving me some trouble. What else have I played? I've played the Blaster Master series. That's actually one, that's one Metroidvania I had played before I, like, played the Metroid games. I played Blaster Master Zero because it was made by NT Creates, the same company that made this game. Or the same company that published this game. I don't know if they made it. But yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna be playing a lot of Metroidvanias, and Ritual of the Night might be one of them. Although, I will say, I'm kind of nervous about streaming Metroidvanias, because I don't know if I'm that good at them yet. And I feel like if I'm not good at a game, and there's no viewers, it's not gonna be a very interesting stream. It's just gonna be me getting lost. And not even for, like, you know, the unlikely VOD viewer. It's just gonna be not fun for me because I'm gonna be lost the whole time. But we'll see. Maybe by the time I feel like streaming Ritual of the Night, I'll be more experienced and I'll be like the Metroidvania Chad who can, like, play Metroidvanias in their sleep. Maybe. There is one Metroidvania that I saw that I'm very interested in. It was, I think it's called The Messenger, and it's like a Metroidvania where the platforming and combat is inspired by classic Ninja Gaiden. So I'm interested in that. I definitely want to try that out at some point. Especially because I think, like, you know, it's kind of like Ninja Gaiden season. I think there was a new 2D one that came out. Ninja Gaiden 4 is coming out soon, I think. So that's fun. The Messenger could be like a fun way to bridge my time playing Metroidvanias with, like, Ninja Gaiden if I choose to play the new ones soon. Anyway, let's try to beat this guy this time. That time didn't count. I can solo him with Miriam, watch. I've lost like 2 lives to this. This is embarrassing. I swear on the practice stream I did a few days ago, I wasn't this bad. Okay, I need to lock in. This is not a hard level. Ow. I think the axe should hopefully... No. The axe hits pretty hard. So hopefully that helps. Maybe I'm just hungry. That could be. I ordered food earlier on Uber Eats, and I hadn't eaten a meal yet today, but I couldn't even finish the meal that I ordered. So I think my stomach is just out of whack. I also had like a stomach bug a couple days ago because whatever I had ordered the night before, I guess just was bad. Like, it must have been, like, I don't know. It made me sick is what I'm saying. Ouch. Got him. There we go. Okay, well, at least I tanked it. This is Alfred. I'm gonna say like which character is like which analog to Castlevania 3 because that's clearly what this game is based on. He is the Sypha of this game, I'm pretty sure. Bye. Thanks for tuning in. I'll still be here if you come back. But yeah. We have Alfred. I also cannot stay on too long because I do have some things I need to do to prepare for tomorrow and the week ahead. But we can play like I think a couple more levels. I might stream again later in the week. As I said before, I'm not as busy as I used to be, so that's good. Means I can stream more. I'm gonna try to keep a good sleep schedule so that I'm not tired, so that on any given day where I can stream, I will want to. I should say on days where my schedule permits, I can, my brain will allow me to stream, my brain will be able to handle streaming. Today actually wasn't going to be one of those days, but it was, Sekai Isles, or as they will come to be known, Leo on Yatagarasu, who encouraged me to stream today. And I'm having fun, so I'm glad that they did. And that was a Miriam exclusive path right there. we will see later on other exclusive paths for other characters. Quite like the soundtrack for this game. Go down. I don't think it matters too much. I've kind of just been taking whichever weapon they give me, but there's definitely, like, I think the best weapon for, like, a specific stage or, like, the boss of a specific stage. Oh. Abu Knight. Ah! Okay. That might have been a good spot to use Alfred. I just realized my mouse has been on the screen the whole time. Let me move that out of the way. Oh, does that make platforms? I didn't know that. No, it doesn't. I could tell. The moment I pressed the jump button, I knew. That was really bad. That was really bad. I went and saw the Chainsaw Man movie yesterday. I already talked to Leo about it, so now that he's not here, I can just talk about it for myself. It was pretty good. Definitely... dang it. Definitely very emotionally affected by it. It was... the way that I've kind of described how it made me feel to my friends is... I've read the manga before, and I had read up to the part that this movie takes place. And Reze was my favorite when I read the manga, but I wasn't particularly attached to any character the way that I am for certain other series. And I think it's because the pace of which I was reading the manga, which, you know, reading manga will always be faster than watching anime. And so I don't think I had enough time to really sit with the characters and, like, you know, internalize the story as much. With the movie, though, it was like 2 full hours of just Reze and her character and her relationship with Denji. And I think that, you know, every artistic choice in the movie, like the cinematography, the animation, the voice acting, Ueda Reina did an absolutely fantastic job. I was thoroughly impressed by the voice acting in the movie. The soundtrack, which I think is like the thing that like really sealed the deal for me. Everything was just like perfect, and like you came to love Reze and her character by the end, and for me, who like knew what was gonna happen, it was heart-wrenching, like knowing that the movie was leading up to that. And I think that, you know, everybody who worked on this movie understood the assignment. they did an incredible job. Oh. This is a very cool looking boss. I like this boss a lot. Oh, I got crushed. Okay. Don't crush the old man, please. Okay, yeah. I needed the other two. But, yeah. It's a good movie. Very good movie. I loved it quite a bit. I wasn't expecting for it to affect me as emotionally as much as it did. Definitely I'm planning on seeing it in the theaters again. It was a great experience. And I think it's like also motivating me to pick up the manga again as well, because it was just one of those things where like you read something and you like it and you just kind of forget to keep reading it. Maybe I'll even watch the anime. I tend not to read stuff or watch stuff that's been adapted unless I can tell that the adaptation really elevates it. Because if it's like mostly the same, then like, I don't know, I kind of just feel like reading the manga will be like more time efficient. Most anime I watch, I try to like find stuff that's original, like anime original stuff, just to like, you know, make sure that I have all my bases covered in terms of like what I'm consuming, I guess. But I don't know, that movie convinced me that Chainsaw Man probably, you know, does have like a very well-made adaptation that like really elevates the source material. Freeren's also like definitely an example of that, like something that elevates the source material. Ouch. But I think everyone knows that at this point. Oh, I'm out of weapon. I feel weird cross-promoting my stuff, because I wouldn't say I have an audience yet, but on the topic of Chainsaw Man, I did feel very compelled to draw Reze when I came home from it, so I guess keep an eye out for that if you want to follow me on Twitter, if you can see this somehow. Alright, that felt weird. I'm not gonna cross-promote stuff anymore. We got him. I really like the design of this boss. Alright, I think we have time for maybe 1 or 2 more levels. So this is Jebel. He is the Alucard, the Castlevania 3 Alucard of the group. this next level is very designed around him. It's very fun. This was the level that was at the beginning of the stream that I accidentally started on because it was my old save file. I like the soundtrack for this one. This is what I meant. Very much designed around him. Although that bat form does consume up an energy, obviously, so it's a bit... The use of it has to be very careful. Anyway, let's... One game that I really want to stream soon, hopefully, is Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I played the open beta when that was happening, and I had a lot of fun with it. I was surprised by how unique it was to other racing games that I've played. I wouldn't say it's the most unique, because I've played Sonic Riders. That's like the most unique racing game of all time. But it was very standout, and I'm excited to play it, like, for real. I didn't buy it when it came out because I just didn't have the money for it, but when it goes on sale, I will be getting it, and I will be streaming it, because holy smokes, that game looks fun. My friend, who will also be on the other channel, Chronic, he has the game, and he's been making all these custom vehicles, and it looks super cool and super fun. I didn't know they could aim down. I think we can fly over him. Oh no, that's not good. We can't go through here, though. Ouch. Dang it. Not using her slide well enough. Speaking of Sonic racing games, actually, my like biggest wishlist item for the Switch 2 right now is for Sonic Riders to be added to GameCube Online, with like the same kind of like online mode as F-Zero GX has. And I don't think it's like impossible that that could happen, because F-Zero GX was also published by Sega, or developed by Sega, right? I mean, like, obviously there's like Sega Genesis Online even on Switch Online, so like I'm sure it's possible. Surely it's only a matter of time. Surely. Ouch. I kind of walked into that, didn't I? But if Sonic Riders ever gets added to GameCube Online, that means I can stream it. And that means I can stream myself playing online. And also, the Switch will have 2 amazing Sonic racing games in Cross Worlds and Riders. I guess it has Team Sonic Racing, doesn't it? I kind of forgot that that game existed. No one really talked about it when it came out. And that was one of the Sonic games I didn't get. It was like the time where like I was still like a kid, but I was also old enough where I kind of had to earn stuff. I had to earn my own entertainment stuff. So I missed out on that one. I don't know if I have allergies. My face feels kind of itchy. Jump. Okay. Can I even jump up there? Yeah. Is this possible? Nope. Well, now we have everyone back, so hopefully this will be easy. Oh, nice. I didn't know that was there. Actually, I think this spot is suited for Jeppel. I think I've been saying Alucard on accident. Please forgive me. I think for everyone, these are pretty good sub-weapons. Maybe for Alfred we use this one, the ice one? Yeah, okay. Okay, we're good. This is a especially with the extra weapon energy that we picked up. I think Alfred might be able to solo this one. Let's see. Sprite work in this game is crazy good. Ah, okay. It's too late. I think if I remember correctly, this is the right platform to stand on to avoid this desperation attack. Let me switch to Jebel because I think he has the most speed. Maybe Stampede? Yeah, okay. Good call. Ow. Oh wait, he's not... Okay. He's not dead. I still have to fight him. Okay. Oh no. No, come on. Okay, this is a little bit stressful. Ow. Can I? Oh, I can't. Okay, this is the safest option. Is that it? Is that it? My controls are locked. That has to be it. Awesome. Alright, I'm gonna stop there for today. But that was a good stream. I had fun. Next time we will finish Curse of the Moon 1. Maybe start Curse of the Moon 2 if I feel like it. Solid 15-minute stream. As we go on, the streams will get longer. Obviously, my other streams on this channel have been longer, but getting back into it, I need some time. But I'm sure that eventually we'll be back to where we used to be. And maybe we'll even stream for like many, many hours at a time. But for now, this is, well, if it wasn't as late as it was right now, I would stream. But that's all for today. I'll see you guys next time.